Hello, friends. So today's little handstand training sesh is going to revolve around this guy, the Swiss ball. I love using a Swiss ball for handstand training, specifically for learning how to stack properly and for press work. I hate jumping into handstand. I learned how to press into handstand before I could jump into handstand, and 7 years later, I'm still better at pressing into handstand than I am jumping into handstand. One, I think it's way more impressive. Two, it requires a lot more work and strength and concentration, but overall, it develops a much more sustainable practice. But you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be patient with yourself, and you have to realize that it's going to take some time. The stability ball can really help expedite the process. So today we're going to work on ball pikes. I'm going to demonstrate it first. What I'm going to do is start in a plank position on the ball, and then if this is my body, I'm going to hinge my hips and bring them up over my shoulders. I'm going to come into plank position, shoulders stacked over the wrists, and then step up onto the ball. Now, before I get going, push the floor away, squeeze the butt, squeeze the legs together. On an inhale, I pike up. So if you cannot get your hips over your shoulders yet, just come up as high as you can, and then you're going to exhale with control back to plank. Okay, so we're going to do 5 of these. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. I recommend starting with 3 sets of 5 of those. Then set the goal to build up to 3 sets of 10. Speed is not your friend here. Fluidity is. Do not increase the rep range until you have a perfect stack and it feels like you're gliding in and out of the movement. I like the rest period on a Swiss ball because you can just bounce it out. Next up, we are going to come back into our pike position, but instead of moving in and out of it dynamically, you're going to come up to the highest point that you're able, and you're going to stay there. So aim for a goal of 10 breaths. Get set up. Remember, the goal is to keep pushing. Keep your legs together the entire time. When you're ready, come up. Okay, breathe it out. That's going to cook out your shoulders. Just cook them right out. Just cookiana. If something like this is feeling way too unstable, then don't do it on something that moves yet. Put your feet on your couch seat or a chair or a bench. Do what you can, and then look at the level that you're not at yet as the goal to reach. There's always, always, always something you can do. There's always a regression or a progression. Don't just quit because something feels out of reach. Okay? Okay. Next up, we're going to go from a plank position into a tuck position. Let me just show you what that looks like, and then you'll do it. This version, we're going to start with the shins on the ball. From here, I'm going to pike my hips up as high as I can and pull my knees to my chest. Okay, so I'm mimicking that pike position, and I want to get my hips up as high as I can. Only progress when you perfectly have your hips stacked over your shoulders and you're comfortably holding that tucked position on the ball for like a good 10 breaths. And if you don't, I will come and I will fight you. I will fight you. And we come up. Okay, I'm gonna push, pick one foot up, heel to the butt. 1 to 3 seconds, switch. Push, 1 to 3 seconds, down. Okay, Dan. Maybe she's crooked now. I don't know. I didn't double check.
I'm a little nervous because y'all are watching.
I see you, bitch. Now, for a lot of you, if this is not a movement that you have already been practicing, you are probably going to realize that you can't even get your hips to stack over your shoulders yet. And that's okay. That takes a lot of strength in the hips, as well as just the awareness of what that stacked position, that true proper hips over shoulder stack position feels like. A lot of us do not know what that feels like. So this movement is really going to help us learn how to get in that position. I highly recommend, as you start training these, to record yourself. Go and review the set so that the next set you do, you can see what you need to work on.